This time on East Sharon Garage, I'm going to show you how I winterize my motorcycles, snow blowers, and lawnmowers. It might not be the right way, but it works for me every time. We're going to do the gas and the Buell first. All I usually do, you buy some stabilizer from your local auto parts store or wherever, and it says 30 milliliters per 9 liters of fuel. So we'll open up the gas cap on this guy, and I got about a half a tank. Everyone says you're either supposed to drain them, fill them up for condensation. I just figure out what I have in it. You squeeze this, it fills it up to 30 millimeter. I'll go to 45 just to make sure I got enough in here. Just pour it in the gas tank. And that's it for that bike. The BSA, let's see if I can move this here. Same thing. It doesn't hold as much fuel, and it's pretty much got a full tank, so I'll just put 30 in that one. Squeeze it up to the line, dump it in. Alright, that fuel is treated. I do the same thing in the lawnmower and my snow blower for the summertime. So that's those two done. So I'll open the doors and I'll start them up and run them until they come up on engine temperature. We'll get the Buell going first. Once I find the key in my pocket, dummy. Alright. Haven't started this thing up in about a month. The battery ran down a little bit since I last started it. It's pretty cold out today, it's about -5. Try her again. Oh, looks like I'll have to jump start that one. Let's see if I can get the BSA going. Couple of prime kicks. We'll start up the Buell first and let it warm up for about 10 minutes till it comes up to operating temperature. Now that we got the Buell all warmed up, we'll pull it out of the way and get the BSA circulating the fuel stabilizer. warmed up, so I'll bring them in and we'll check the batteries and air. So for the Buell, I just you pop off the seat. And the battery's underneath. So typically I just take my battery tender, whatever brand I happen to have a battery tender. It's probably 10 years old or more. And I usually leave the batteries in the bike. Some people say take them out and they put them in a warmer place in the house. I just leave them in. And I'll hook that in there. And then I'll grab the cables and show you how it goes on. Well, the battery died in my camera, so now I know how long I can video on one battery charge. I couldn't find my the alligator clip connectors for my battery tender. I did a big cleanup here and I can't find them. But I have these other set that just bolt onto the battery, and it's just going to be on it for the winter. So what I usually do, I don't take my batteries out. I just move my battery tender from bike to bike, usually with the alligator clip style, but I can't find them. But this just is a quick connect plug that plugs into the end of the battery tender, so I can just move the tender around. When I find the other one, my other batteries, I'll just clip them on with alligator clips. Instead of trying to find the alligator clips, I'm just going to stick these on. So I'll remove my ground first, as per usual. Stuck it under there. Positive. I don't know why I'm doing that sing-songy voice. Drives me crazy when I hear other guys on YouTube doing it. Put the positive up. So these leads came off of a V-Rod that I owned briefly. It was hardwired onto the bike so you could just clip in your battery tender. These V-twins, they really take a lot of juice on startup. So they have to be pretty top high, but someone had put 2 fuses in this one on the hot and the ground to make it extra safe, so not a bad idea. They just got little glass fuses in there. So if anything happens, the short's out, it'll burn one of the 2 fuses. So you just connect the keyed end. They're keyed so you can't hook them up wrong. And I plug it in. And my battery tender light, the red is showing that it's charging this battery. I haven't started the bike in over 2 months, and the computer seems to slowly drain this battery, but they, like I said, they do need a lot of current to start these V-twins. So when this goes green after a few hours, I can move it to the next battery. But I tend to leave them on for a couple of weeks on each bike, and I just move it from bike to bike. So this will just sit here and idle along. And come springtime, all my batteries will be perfectly good and ready to go. So I'm going to check the air pressure here, and I like to move my bikes back and forth a little bit in the wintertime, just so they don't they're not sitting in one spot on the tire, just in case the cold they get little flat spots on them. So I'll do a little quick recap. What I don't do: I don't fog the carburetors, I don't drain the gas tanks, I don't drain float bowls, I don't remove batteries from bikes unless I absolutely have to. That's just what I've been doing. And what I do, I add the fuel stabilizer, a little more than they recommend, bring them up to temperature, and shut them off. And in the springtime, I'll turn the key, kick it over, hit the button, everything starts up. Except that 1 year, it failed. And what happened was, I forgot to do it. And I had a fuel injected bike that was my wife's, that was running rough, idled terrible. The bike only had like 3,000 kilometers on it. And once I went through the first tank of gas, put some fresh stuff in, it worked perfectly after that. And that's when it dawned on me that I hadn't put fuel stabilizer in anything. But my carbureted bike seemed okay, and the lawnmower seemed okay, but the fuel injection definitely did suffer. So anyway, this is how I do my motorcycle winterization. Take it for what it is. Follow the manufacturer's recommendations in the book is probably best. But this is what I do, and it works for me. and this is how I'm going to keep on doing it till something better comes along, or easier, but this is pretty simple. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll catch you next time on East Huron Garage. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. In our next video, we'll probably be digging into the Harley. Now they got the Corvette out of the garage, and we'll try to get the clutch and hand shift working on that.